Okay, okay. This is July 1st. It's the afternoon, about 1 o'clock. So these guys are now over 48 hours old. They're over 2 days old. You can see all three of them there having lunch. Now Lucy does not stay in here with these deer. These deer, I don't know how many days we'll keep them in here. Probably not very many. And then they'll be out running around. We have decided not to tag these deer since they were born in the wild, not in a deer pen. Which they're born in deer pens here in Oklahoma or anywhere all over the country. They tag them so they can know when they're born, who they belong to 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. The little one there, that's the little one right there. We're going to name one of them Ranger. We've decided that because one of them loves to sleep under the Ranger boat. Under the Ranger boat. Now they've been eating there for a while, but now Lucy, you almost have to coax her back in here to get her to feed. But once she gets in here, she really starts taking care of them. She licks her bottom. Try to stimulate them going to the bathroom. They're still relatively tame, you know, they really have trust is pretty good. We came out here late last night and Lucy didn't want to come in, but tried to feed them a little bit with the bottle. The little bitty tiny one, drank about, a little small bottle, drank about half of it. So she seems to drink more than anybody else, the little tiny one. I don't know really why that is. One of the amazing things that's happened with Lucy is she's eating a lot more Bermuda grass in the yard. She's eating a lot more clover. We've got a lot of clover planted around here on the ranch for the deer and the turkey, and one of the reasons we have so many turkey around in the yard all the time is because of the clover. And it's kind of amazing too on the deer. The little guy run out and immediately she'll come in here and she'll look around for them, and sometimes she'll just walk in here and grunt a couple of times and they come running to them. The communication system with wild animals is amazing. It's a communication system that is there amongst all animals, I'm sure. And the little bitty guy, this is the little one. Look how tiny her head is. Her head, look at there's my hand. And there's her head, how tiny that head is. You can see how vulnerable they are to critters. And listen, you know, we talk about coyotes and bobcats and mountain lions because obviously those are big predators. But a big coon will kill that baby fawn. A coon will kill it. A wild hog will kill it. A hawk or an eagle can swoop down and grab that thing easily. And there's flying around looking. Buzzards and vultures will kill baby deer. So, you know, it's very few of them. And that's why you don't see too many triplets running around in the wild, because there are some born, you know, out of probably every 10 does in the pen. And these deer in the pen, of course, are well nourished. They're fed real expensive, high dollar deer food. Taken care of very well, medicated, the whole 9 yards. I mean, if they get sick, we medicate them. We take good care of them. But and there's deer farmers all over the country, and even there, only about 1 out of 10 mature doe will have triplets, and then it's highly unusual if all three live. You can sometimes take the smallest one away and raise it on a bottle and make it. This little small one right here, we got to drink a little bit last night, and she drank, you know, really a small baby bottle, but about half of it, which is pretty good. She seems to be doing real good. You can see how tiny and fragile they are. They're just not, look at there, that's my hand. So you can see how they're like 12 inches long. She's just a nice sized keeper bass is what she would be. But you can see, and they like to chew on stuff. She's chewing on Lucy's ribbon. We probably will put a ribbon on them just so we can tell the boys from the girl. I don't really know which one is the girl. We haven't looked real closely because we really didn't want to handle them too awful much. We just tried to save their life and let Lucy raise them. But probably maybe get a couple small pink ribbons and put around their neck. You know, the ribbons are okay; they're fine. And but anyway, that's the second day. They're doing really good, really fine. Good girl, Lucy. Give me some of it too. This is the reason right here when you watch this why does lick. She constantly, all the time they've been feeding, and they've been feeding probably 20 to 30 minutes. This little guy right here does not know the difference really between Milburn and Lucy. He just sees deer legs and he goes up there to Milburn and tries to nurse, and you can imagine Milburn don't dig that. Milburn don't dig that at all. So. And another reason why triplets are so rare, to grown triplets especially, is they wander off. They're just like little kids. So she's out there in the woods with these deer, and all of a sudden she looks up and one of them's gone. And she can smell really well. She can run them down, find them. By the time she gets it back, another one may be gone. And the times when they're gone, especially right now. Like I said, all of those predators, wild hogs will catch them. They'll eat every inch of them. They'll not leave anything. They eat every bone, everything. So they got a pretty rough life when they're little. Not these guys. These guys have got a good life. Doesn't mean we're going to be able to keep them all alive. It really doesn't. We're still, my baby. And we raised her since she was that size right there. She was a tiny one, totally abandoned. We waited a full 24 hours, almost 36 hours before we tried to save her, and we did. And her mama never came back. She could have been a set of triplets herself, and her mama took the other two and kept them and left her. I don't know, but of course Milburn, his mama was killed on the highway. Is where he came from. He probably would have been run over and killed within an hour if Apache hadn't stopped and picked him up off the highway. Little tiny thing out there. But anyway, now you can see they're kind of starting to wander off again. They will not ever be two of them in the same spot at this young age. Look at here, this is going to run around one way. Now they're going to get kind of frisky and want to play. Look at here. They're much, much stronger than they were yesterday. These deer are just a little over 2 days old. They were born day before yesterday on the 29th of June. This is July 1. You can see they're getting a little faster, a little stronger. The little one is still pretty weak. But these are getting a lot better. They're going to go over and try to play with Milburn, and that's not a good idea. But they're really cool. It's going to be cool when they get outside and run around the grass. We can't wait for that. Then we'll really worry about them at night because something can still come around and get them. But then they got to contend with Lucy. Something comes around in the middle of the night, it's got to contend with Lucy. So we don't know exactly how long we'll keep them in here, but not too long. And get them back out there and let them become wild deer. But they're wanting to run around and have fun now. They got their bellies full. So the little one's back eating again. The little one eats more. She may not have as much suction. She can just barely reach those udders up there. Give me the udder ones, what she said. Give me the udder one. Oh me. But it is fantastic. But anyway, I know it's a short report, but that's going to be our report for July the 1st. I wanted to name the girl Indy. I think that little one's a boy. I don't know. We need to really check them out a little bit closer. We can still catch them right now. It won't be long till we can't catch them. The door's open. I got to go catch that other one. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there today.
I think it's about 6 minutes.
are, call them a he or a she or a he. Because they are definitely one or the other. Well, they were all settled down. They were all settled down, and now they're all back up at the dinner table again. Just like kids, it doesn't take them long to get hungry again. Eat all your food, clean your plate up. There are kids starving to death all over the world. What my mama always told me, I never understood how that worked. If I clean my plate up, the kids starving to death feel a lot better. But I knew one thing, real quickly I was going to be hungry again. These little deer are the exact same way. Aren't they precious?